Hi, I'm Paul Darley, and thanks for tuning in to our December issue of Inside Darley. Our hearts certainly go out to those in France and the Syrian refugees, and I guess we take a little bit of comfort in playing a small part in supporting our U.S. military and our U.S. government in a lot of our initiatives. In the fire service, the 2016 editions of both NFPA 1901, that's a standard for fire apparatus, and NFPA 1906, which is the standard for wildland fire apparatus, have just been released by NFPA. You can check those out or order those at nfpa.org. They run about $70 a copy for either a PDF or a printed copy. And you can actually look at them and view them online as well once you register on nfpa.org, but you can't download those or share the PDF copies without having an actual license. So we'd encourage you to take a look at that. Our first attachment here is a summary of the changes that have taken place in 1901 over the past 15 or so years. And highlighted in yellow in this attachment are all of the changes, or a summary of most of the changes that are taking place in this current version of 1901. And I'll tell you, the rewrite isn't as significant as it was back in 2010, but there are some significant changes that you should be aware of. From a pump end, the hydrodynamic testing of the pump and the pump plumbing system, both suction and discharge, now needs to be pressure tested to over 100 psi of that pump's rated capacity. So for a single stage pump rated at up to 250 psi, the entire plumbing needs to be tested up to 350 psi. Also on the pump interlock, Darley's added a solenoid to make sure that we are in compliance with those requirements, but as an OEM, you'll need to program your transmissions accordingly. There's also a new section, Chapter 28 in 1901, that talks specifically to ultra-high pressure. And our Darley Ultra UHP-HV, that's our ultra-high pressure / high volume pump, has really been gaining a lot of popularity over the last 2 years since we've introduced it. And just a great system. We'll produce about 4 GPM at over 1,000 PSI and 250 GPM at 45 PSI. One last note on these documents is that according to the paper printed versions which we just received, actually 1906 took effect on June 15th, 2015, and 1901 took effect on September 17th, 2015. So if you're writing specifications for a new apparatus, or if you're a fire apparatus builder, you might want to get some clarification with your customer or with the OEM as to what version is going to be in effect. Is it going to be the 2016 edition or not? If you want more information on this, we'd encourage you to attend the FDSOA, that's the Fire Department Safety Officers Association Conference. It's going to be held January 18th to the 20th. It's historically been in Florida, but they've now moved that out to Scottsdale, Arizona. And Roger LaCour of Oshkosh Truck is going to be presenting one of the highlights, or the keynote speakers at that symposium is going to be just on these changes in NFPA. Roger, I'll tell you, FEMA is lucky to have Roger. He also, at our FEMA Fall Technical Meeting, put together just an incredible summary on changes taking place with the National Highway Transportation Board. So if you're a FEMA member and not aware of those changes, I would encourage you to go to the secure section of FEMA.org and check that out. You know, every year we anxiously await the news and the results of the National League of Cities annual survey. And we're pleased to attach those as our second attachment here. Overall, it's great news. And the survey's been taking place for 25 years, and 82% of the cities responded that they're in better condition in 2015 than they were in 2014. And that's the highest percentage increase in the 25 years of taking this survey. So that's great news. Second great piece of news is that they cite infrastructure needs as being the number one need that they have, and actually followed closely behind pensions and health care. And over the last several years, pension and health care have clearly outpaced those. And thirdly, the cities responded that public safety is going to be where they're concentrating their efforts in the future. So if you're a fire department and looking for budget justification, we'd encourage you to share this report with your city managers. Or if you're you're selling firefighting equipment, encourage you to share that report with your customers as well. You know, we received in our November issue great comments on emotional intelligence, and our last attachment here is called Having Tough Conversations, and it's got some great points on emotional intelligence, but there's also some great take-homes on if you need to, you know, we're doing our employee evaluations during the month of November and December, and if you have to have a difficult conversation, it might give you some tips there, or just about anything, whether it's dealing with your kids, you name it, you might get some great tips out of there. And also in that document, there's a great link to a Harvard Business Review survey that you can go on and take a very quick pop quiz on judging developing your own emotional intelligence. And it takes about maybe 5 minutes to complete, if that. And if you're interested in getting more, you can just Google emotional intelligence surveys or questionnaires, and there's all sorts of them out there that you can take. Some of them have a nominal charge. So I'll tell you, just looking back at this year, Darley's had a great year, our second best year in our company's history, thanks to all your support, and that's our great customers, employees, distributors, and vendors. We truly appreciate all your support. We extend our wishes to you for a very joyous and happy holiday season and a Merry Christmas to you. And if there's anything we can ever be doing to support you, we hope you'll reach out to us.